Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is new acid rainbow time. Bong! First of the soil ghost stuff, though it's not a soil ghost. It is their camelid style transport. How you pronounce this, not quite sure. Is it Gurgies or Gurgies or Googies or Googies? Could be any of those four, or maybe another pronunciation. Looks pretty cool. Looks a bit similar to the is it the Bantha or from Star Wars that Boba Fett was riding in Book of Boba Fett and the Sand People, the Tusken Raiders ride? Looks a bit similar to one of those. Looks quite big. The box is actually a lot bigger than I was expecting. To give you an idea of size, here's a Joy Toy Marine, and it is literally about twice the size of him. So it's about 24 centimeters approximately high, coming on 30 centimeters. So quite a large box. But obviously this will be slightly smaller inside. On the back it shows the contents. You have the one animal, and then it says one blanket, one wineskin, one water bottle, two backpacks, one messenger bag, two storage bags, and 10 hooks. I'm assuming to attach the things to the actual creature. Okay, so let me unbox this, turn the camera around, and let's get into this. Okay, so here we are. First impressions. I'll be straight up honest. I wasn't expecting great things from the picture, but just from the little fiddle I've had, this is actually really quite a nice animal. We'll come back to the Gurgies, the Gurgies, the Googies, the Googies, whatever it's called in a moment. I'm going to talk about these accessories. These are awesome. Look at this. We've got soft, good backpacks which open. There's two. So this yellow one like this. Just have to put the material over the little metal part to close it. We've got this one here, which is a blue one, same way of opening. Bear in mind, these I'm imagining are handmade, so that's a lot of work gone into this. And then we've got the messenger bag like this, soft goods again. Same opening. Don't do it too fast. I'm going to rip off the metal thing. You can put the things inside. And we've got this blanket, which you can take these parts off. See if I can focus. There we go. You can take these black parts, just slide them off, you know, as opposed to doing the straps. But you can do the straps as well. And if I take this off, and this is a nice warm blanket on my hand, you know. Open up, you've got this really nicely detailed blanket, which I don't want to open all the way now, just to give you an idea of the pattern and design. Very, very nice looking. And then I'm just going to roll that slightly and see if I can push it in again, hopefully quite easily. One, and almost there. Two. So in terms of the accessories, those soft goods are amazing. And bear in mind, this is 1/18 scale. And getting soft goods like this, and this quantity 1/18 scale, is very, very rare. We've seen it a few times. Not with the bags, as far as I can recall. So we've seen soft goods on some of the acid rain vehicles before, like the Speeder Mark, is it Mark 1? I think some of them had the soft blanket around the back. We've seen soft goods of some figures before, like the some of the Bucks team and the Cossack Marksman, who's an amazing figure, one of my favourite acid rainbow figures. Okay, other accessories. So we have this like flask, this wine flask here. Let me just get a focus going on. In fact, let me get a little bit more light from behind me as well. There we go. Now these are hard, not soft. It's a shame the lids don't come off. Perhaps I'm asking a bit too much. They do look really nice. Really good for your fantasy as well. If you're into a boss fight series. And both of these will even work with 1/12 scale figures too, which is cool. We have another bag, but obviously it's hard, not soft goods. And then we have these 10 hooks to attach them to your animal. Now, if we look at the animal, I'll just move these hooks to the side 1 second. I'll set them up a bit later. The Googies, the Gurgies, whatever it's pronounced. He is quite big. In fact, I'm going to give you an idea of size now. I'm going to start with, let's come backwards a little bit. There we go. I'll start with something regular. So I will start with a Joy Toy maintenance team figure. Let's get him standing up. You can see that this is about twice the size of him, almost. It's huge. If I go for an Acid Rain World for the Narinu Sentinel, my sort of custom one, obviously it's going to be almost twice the size of him. If I go for a really, really tall 1/18 scale figure, I'll go for Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, who is an awesome figure. It's even taller than him. And if I go for a huge figure now, I'm talking 1/12 scale, and it's an ice giant from McFarlane, who's great for fantasy. Now, obviously, he towers above it. You can't even see his head there. But he could ride that as a mount almost. So it is a big chunk of figure. It's fantastic in terms of scaling. So I think they've done a fantastic job there, Kit Lau and Oritoy, with the scaling on this figure, which is fantastic. Articulation. This is something I'm worried about. But from the quick touch I've had, I can feel things moving. If I have a quick look, this fur can come up and there is sculpted plastic underneath. So I reckon it's only a matter of time before people just, I'm tempted to buy another just to take all the fur off, then repaint what's underneath. But there are joints you can see. So let's look at the articulations. You see them now, let's get a bit of a focus going on. Okay, so head, up, down, left, right, and that's from the head here and from the body there. So there's two joints there. Front legs, there's a forwards from the thigh, there is a knee, and there is a ankle as well. The ankle can turn forwards, backwards, and a small side to side. So you can do poses like this. Then the back leg, again we have a thigh, we have a knee, and we have a small ankle. The ankle's a little bit stiff. The saddle can come off. It's a bit loose, and you'll find that this will be quite difficult for some action line figures to sit on, because actually it's quite a wide animal. So you need to have good hip articulation. So a lot of other 1/18 scale figures may not fit. Now if I take this custom Fortnite Knight, which I use a lot, he can get quite a wide splits. He could sit on that quite nicely. In fact, his legs are almost too wide for it. So he can sit on that really, really well, because he's got good hip articulation. Fortnite generally are good on the hips. If I go back to that Joy Toy, he might struggle a bit, though Joy Toy do have good hip articulation. No, he's going to be all right. Having said that, his legs going forwards might struggle a bit. Let's have a look. So yeah, he will struggle a bit to get on it nicely. Now, seeing this wide saddle is filling me with hope that the soil ghosts, when they come, will have really good hip articulation. Now, if I take the Acid Rain, again, my custom one, he will struggle because his sculpt, this Narinu Sentinel, let me just get him pre-posed. Actually, no, I think he should be okay. Again, Acid Rain World can be hit and miss on the hips. His sculpt is going to prevent him a little bit, but his legs can get apart. So he can sit on it too. And let's get one more scaling. This is one of those creatures I forgot the name of, but I'll stick a set of videos for you. A sci-fi creature, which is big, but next to our Acid Rain World figure, it is not as tall, not as long, not as broad, but more terrifying, I would say. So this is really good. If you look at the saddle, you can see some big holes. 1, 2, 3 on the back, 4, 5 on the side, 6, 7, 8 for the hooks, and going down the sides, the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smaller holes. So I think you might actually struggle to put these hooks in these smaller holes. They might be tighter. The big holes should be quite easy. Let's have a quick play. A push. Yeah. Yeah, I think the small holes be really hard, unless you make them bigger first, or maybe want to heat them up. But I Wouldn't recommend that. See, this one is struggling to go in to that big hole there, and I don't want to break my hook. But they will go into the positions here, and then from there you can hook on your accessories and whatnot. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause this, sort them out of his hooks and set them up, and then I'll come back in an instant for you guys and we take a look. So let's get into this. So here we are. You can see the backpacks are slightly too large for 1/18 scale, this one here. But bear in mind, if it's going to go back of your animal, then you're going to want something bigger for your bag. But I'd have preferred slightly small to be slightly more in scale. That would work with a really big chunky figure as opposed to a standard size 1/18 scale. Getting the hooks in was quite hard on the big holes and actually easier on the small hole, which I've put this one into there. You can see how high it is. Groot has to even stretch to get to the wine flask. Very, very nice. And I've only used 8 of the hooks. So I'll give them a little turn around, you can see. And what's nice about the backpacks, if I take it off, and you might have seen it earlier when I was looking at them, is that they have a hole in the back, just here, which goes over the little hook, and then on in place it goes. So let me give this a quick turn around. So on the back, you can see he's got the blanket and the other bag. We just changed the camera, come up a little bit. Looks pretty cool. And then on the other side, I've got the other sort of shoulder bag and the other, is that a water flask there? On there too. I think this is a great animal. The joints, are they stiff or loose? They're stiff enough. The ankles are particularly stiff. Let's get him changing his head around this way a little bit. It is a great creature. I think that the Sewer Ghosts are going to be some of the most atmospheric Acid Rain World figures today, and that's saying a lot, because Acid Rain World got some really, really atmospheric figures, and the top ones I would say, like original Soul Commanders, particularly the Taste of Victory, I can't remember what it's called now, the Samothrace set, which is very hard to get now, very expensive because it's a lot years old. That was really good, those two Soul Commanders and the statue on the base. The Taste of Coffee set with Damien and Bob was really, really good. The Cossack Marksman I mentioned already, you know, but the Sewer Ghosts having their animal like this with so many good features on the side, good for your dios, is going to really add another dimension. Very, very nice. I think this is a winner. And it almost feels like, you know, Acid Rain's coming back to its roots a little bit, because, you know, it's not our universe, so, but many people have their own view of where it should be, and it feels like it's sort of drifted away from how it started off. But I feel this is a huge step back in that sort of original direction that a lot of us were feeling when it first came out. Great figure, great accessories, lots of thought put into it. The only downside I would say is that it'd be nice if these were slightly smaller so they look more realistic when they go on the actual animals. And see if I can just push this one on quickly while I'm here. Maybe not, but we will see. So I'm supposed to put the hook in first and then the backpack on after, because now I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let's give this a quick try and then take it off first. So just a simple push and twist, and that's on enough for this purpose of this video. Straps apart, and can I get that to hook very fast? No, it's going to come off, but it is like that, and it's relatively easy to do, though it is slightly more difficult with the bigger holes, as I said. Great set, highly, highly recommended. I think this is definitely a winner by Ori Toy and Acid Rain World, and I will consider getting another. Mainly I will take the fur off and see what it was like, but the only thing, in fact, let me look at something else before I end this video. I want to see underneath the animal. Okay, so this is where it's stitched together on the bottom. It'd be nice if there's actually a zip there. That can come off by a clip. If there's a little zip or little Velcro fastening so you could take on, put it off easier. That would be nice because it's secured by the mouth at the top. So that's me, you know, not permanent, but relatively permanent if you take it off. There's no quick way of taking it off and putting it on that I can actually see at the moment. Great looking animal. Great job by Ori to an Acid Rain World. Please subscribe, click on the notification icon if not done so already. Check out my videos and stay happy and keep collecting. And I'll be back soon with more awesome Astro video reviews for you guys. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.